Dave from PNP. I'm here to talk waiver wire. I'm here to answer your questions. I'm here to talk about the trade deadline because for most leagues, the trade deadline is approaching, ladies and gentlemen. The trade deadline is approaching. So if you're trying to get rid of some of your scrubs, this is the time to do it. So let's get to your questions when it comes to fantasy, and then we'll talk about some options from the waiver wire a little bit. Amari, you had this question prior to us going live. Do you think Cedric Wilson is a good pickup for the week with CD and Amari out? I do, but I would check and see if Gallup's available, but he might already be gone. Gallup is probably going to benefit more than Cedric Wilson will from a fantasy standpoint. So if Gallup's available, that's the guy I want. Otherwise, Cedric Wilson should be fine. He's probably more of a low-end flex wide receiver 3 type of ordeal because even in the Dallas offense, he's going to end up being the second option. He'll be the second option, third if you count Zeke. Dak had a terrible game. Cost me a fantasy matchup, really. And I had Cam on my bench. You can imagine how devastated I was. I lost by 5 points. Cam scored in that league because of the way that the scoring is for quarterbacks. Cam scored 41 points and Dak only scored 18. So it was very I was not a happy camper. And that dropped me from first to third, so I lost my bye. But so now I'm debating on who I'm going to start this week. It's Thanksgiving games, so typically Dallas plays well in those games, but with all the injuries of the wide receiver, I might make the decision to stay away. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Boy, my lighting is not playing too well with others today. What's up, Andrew? So that's how I feel about that. But if we want to talk about waiver wire pickups, we'll start off with the quarterback position. We talked about it. We talked about it when the speculation of Cam coming back, and I mentioned it last week as well. Cam Newton is still available in a lot of leagues. Cam Newton was the 4th best quarterback in fantasy last week. So I think if you need quarterback help and Cam Newton's available, you should go get him. Now, granted, I will say this with a caveat. And we're mostly Panthers fans here. The Panthers haven't had their bye yet. So, but I like the matchup against Miami, and I like the final 4 games. I like the final 5 games of the season with them. So, absolutely, if Cam Newton's available in your league, go for it. But just remember that the Panthers have a bye week 13. So just keep that in mind if you make the decision to go after Cam and you want Cam to be your guy. So, I got Cam, bro. I picked up Cam as soon as I was picking up Cam Newton in the leagues I needed him in. The moment me and Rashad was live. Rashad was buying tickets to the game. I was trying to go live. I was trying to go grab Cam in the leagues that I needed him. I only picked him up in like 2 leagues. So, because I've had some pretty decent quarterbacks. I might go after him in another league because he's available in another league. There was some recent news that just happened with regards to the Titans backfield. Adrian Peterson just got released from the Tennessee Titans. So you can go ahead and drop him. It looks like Dontrell Hilliard is leading that backfield, but I'm curious to see what happens with Jeremy McNichols comes back. So I have a feeling that the Tennessee situation is becoming a 3-headed monster. But stay away. I don't know if I want to guess, but if you're desperate and you really need running back help, check and see if Dontrell Hilliard's out there. Tevin Coleman might be getting the start right now for the New York Jets. Looking to get Tevin Coleman with Michael Carter out for the Jets. Tevin Coleman should be the number 1 guy, should be getting the bulk of the work. And as for Cam being a top 12 option, I did a video prior to the season about how I thought he was going to be a top 10 fantasy quarterback for the Patriots. So you can only imagine how I feel about him with the Panthers. So he's a top 10 guy all the way to the end. He's a top 10 guy for the remainder of the season. And he's already having a pretty damn good start. He beat a bunch of quarterback points the week before, with only 9 snaps. So, and now he's working the whole game. And now we're sitting, you know what I'm saying? He got 26 fantasy points in standard scoring. And there was only 3 other quarterbacks that had more than him. So, yeah. But, and as for Houston, another person got let go for the Houston Texans. And that would be Philip Lindsay. Philip Lindsay was released today. So that means the backfield has gotten a little bit more open, which means that Rex Burkhead might get a little bit more love, and he's available in a lot of leagues. So you can look into Rex Burkhead. From a wide receiver standpoint, let me see. You got options there too. Darnell Mooney's still available in a lot of leagues. I don't understand why or how, but another guy that's available in a lot of leagues too is Elijah Moore. Elijah Moore is becoming a star for the Jets right now. So if you need wide receiver help, go after Elijah Moore, especially if Mooney's not there. My whole mouse is tripping. Let's see. Mooney or DJ Moore? DJ Moore. Another running back you can consider is Jeff Wilson Jr. It looks like Elijah Mitchell might be out again. So Jeff Wilson Jr. is going to get the bulk of the load, which is not a bad thing. I already talked about Tevin Coleman. Wide receiver, Kadarius Toney from the Giants, Chenault from the Jags. With Jamal Agnew being out for the rest of the season, Chenault should benefit and get some more target share. Those are pretty much the only options, really. Like Elijah Moore and Cam Newton are probably the top pickups you want. I didn't even mention Devonta Freeman, but Freeman's not available in a lot of leagues. Oh, he meant Elijah Moore. Oh, if short term Mooney, long term Moore. So I think I prefer Moore over Mooney for the remainder of the season because I think the way that the Bears offense is constructed, they're going to lean on David Montgomery more. It doesn't benefit Darnell Mooney as much. Yeah, you're right. So when you say Moore, I'm thinking DJ Moore immediately, not Elijah Moore. But yeah, Elijah Moore is the better option. I know I'm backpedaling what I said earlier, but if you need a long-term solution, I think I like Elijah Moore more than Mooney. Let's see. Let me see here. Anybody got any trades you want to know about? Because like I said, the trade deadline is approaching. So if you try to make your final push, figure out who to go after. Let's talk about some trades, man. We could talk about some trades because I know ultimately, this is the opportunity to have your layoffs payoff push. So I'll give you some advice on trades. If you currently have two quarterbacks and your main quarterback has gone through the bye, go down the rosters of the other teams and look to see if they are willing to trade for your second quarterback. So look into doing that and try to improve your team in other positions. At this point, I talked about handcuffs a few weeks ago. At this point, you kind of need to just set your lineup to prepare for injuries. So you got to decide which route you want to go, whether you want to just go with handcuffs or if you think you have a deep enough roster to go with other running backs that you have on your bench. So these are the decisions that you have to make at this point, because now once the trade deadline goes, there's nothing that can help you. So you're going to have your team built to last into the remainder of the year. We only have 3 weeks left in the regular season in fantasy football. And you got to make them joints count. Like this is the time where teams that are out of the playoffs make the playoffs and teams who are in the playoffs miss out on the playoffs. So you got to come on in and close this deal out. Jesus. I'll take Landry here. Reluctantly. So you just at this point it's about getting your lineup, getting your team ready to to close out and try to win you a fantasy championship. Like sometimes, so it's a different type of depth you need to have right now. You know what I'm saying? So, like for example, there's been a lot of folks that's been playing without Alvin Kamara for the past couple of weeks. Unless you have Mark Ingram, who's going to replace that production of Alvin Kamara on your roster? Like you have to think that way at this point. I mean, define cheap. Like, he was just picked up on waivers last week. You know what I'm saying? So define cheap. Because when you start thinking about it from that perspective, define cheap. Like, I think at this point, all due respect to Robbie, because I know he has shooters. If I'm going to go trade for somebody, I'm trying to trade for somebody that's going to be a bona fide starter, wide receiver 2, running back 2. Like I ain't trying to trade for no flex plays. I'm trying to trade for somebody that's going to help my team win. That's just my opinion on it. Trade for Sam Darnold, not in fantasy football. If you listen to me, you wouldn't have drafted him. And then everybody was like, "Oh, you were wrong. You were wrong about Sam Darnold the first couple weeks." And I'm like, "All right, so for a couple weeks." Then all of a sudden, Sam became Sam. Let me see. I mean, I heard that they did call about him. But I guess after you have a bad coaching day like he did in Washington, I wouldn't hire you either. I ain't got too many fantasy questions today, huh? And that's fine. I mean, it's Tuesday before Thanksgiving. We got 3 big Thanksgiving games coming up, so it'll be interesting. Let's see. Week 12 NFL. You heard about what happened? You heard about Matt Nagy? Matt Nagy, they told him that he's fired after the Thanksgiving game. That's what I heard. I heard they called. That's what I heard. I ain't gonna give up my sources though, but I heard that they called they called for quick inquiries about whether or not he was interested in going. Yeah, I'll still start Saquon this week. The game flow was terrible, and Daniel Jones was awful, but I would still start him this week. Cam and Rodgers rest of the season, trade one of them and play the other. Both of them haven't had their bye yet either, I don't think. I mean, or I could be wrong there. Hold on, let me check. Let's see here. Have the Packers have their bye yet? I don't think they have. Let me check. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Nope, they got the same bye as the Panthers. So you're gonna have a bigger problem. Those are your 2 quarterbacks. I'll tell you that right now, B. Amos. But if I was you, I would trade one of them. I mean, Cam has a better floor, so I would probably go with Cam just off the floor. But Cam's not going to be the type of guy that can get you 5 touchdowns. Like he ain't going to do that often. Cam's the type of guy that'll probably throw for 200, run for 40, and get 2 to 3 touchdowns a game. I mean that's what 8, 12. That's 20 points. Not a bad deal for a quarterback. I disagree, man. I look, when my squad is out of it, I am about that spoiler life. Because if I have the opportunity to ruin somebody else's playoff hopes, I'm an advocate of it. So even like I have a squad right now in a 14-team league. I'm 4-7. I am team spoiler life. I am here to spoil somebody else's chances. And my squad's formidable. I have a 4-7 squad that has Jonathan Taylor as the starting running back. Let me see. Let me pull up this squad real quick, man. Let me show you. Let me tell y'all, terrible luck. I think I'm like a top 3 scorer, but I've had the hardest schedule. So I got Jonathan Taylor, Stephon Diggs, DJ Moore, Jared Cook, Justin Herbert's my quarterback. I mean, I got a pretty decent squad, but I'm here to play spoilers. Like, I'm not that guy that quits. I feel like I have 3 weeks left in this. Actually, in this league, I think I got 4 weeks left. Hold on, let me see. Because this one they play till week 15. Let me check here. Double check. Oh no, they play till week 14. So I got 3 weeks left. I'm trying to get 7-7. I'm here to get 7-7. My goal is to ruin somebody else's playoff hopes. If I can't make the playoffs, my job is to mess up your seeding if you are in the playoffs or get you out of there and you be on the couch with me. That's my goal. That is the goal. Yeah, I saw that the Clapper got fired from the Giants today. We're doing it after this, 8 o'clock. 8 p.m. 8 p.m. 8 p.m. The link's already available on the page too. 8 p.m. We're going live. Hey, look, man, you might have a trade partner in me, brother. Because I definitely need a wide receiver. Do I need a wide receiver? Hold on. Let me check the PNP league real quick. I need a running back. So step into my office, sir. Let's see if we could do something, man. Because I'm out here hurting in these streets. Let's see if we can do something, man. I mean, I'm hitting the wire, but I don't know how good my wire situation is going to be. Oh yeah, the day was lovely, man. I work from home today. I've been out here doing reviews for my employees, so it's been an interesting day today. Look, man, I think I said it, but I'll say it again. Last week I forgot to set my lineups before the Thursday night game, and in the PNP league I had Ramondre Stevenson and Brandon Bolton starting. And but in the grand scheme of things, I think they probably would have still been it. I probably could have switched one for Freeman, but in the grand scheme of things, it wouldn't have mattered because I was going to lose, and because Kamara was out, so I'm out of Kamara. I don't have Kamara right now, so I'm right here trying to piece this thing together. I just got to hold on. I need Kamara to get back here before the playoffs start, or if we don't get back here quick, I might be out of the playoffs. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, let's do a quick recap of the guys that you need to go after in the waiver wire. Elijah Moore, Cam Newton are the top 2 guys you need to go after. All right. Like if you need a wide receiver, go after Elijah Moore. If you're desperate at the quarterback position or you need a quarterback, go after Cam Newton. Cam Newton, I think, is going to be a top 10 fantasy quarterback for the remainder of the year. That's not my bias talking. I just feel that way. The way he ran, because of the fact, and he's going to have a pretty damn good floor because of the fact that he runs the ball. And that's going to help him with a floor. So he's probably going to have a 10 to 12 point floor. And I know you're thinking 10 to 12 points is nothing, but if that's your floor, that's a good spot to be in. You're not going to get a stinker out of him. You know what I'm saying? Like let's put it in perspective real quick so you guys can understand where I'm coming from. I did take a picture of this last night prior to during the Monday night game. So Josh Allen yesterday got 16 points. And that's considered a bad day for Josh Allen. And 16 points is only good enough for 13th in fantasy scoring for a quarterback last week. Tyrod Taylor had more points than Josh Allen last week. You know who else had more points more fantasy points than Josh Allen last week? Joe Flacco. So when folks wonder why I typically wait at the quarterback position, that's why. I mean, if we make the playoffs, of course, I anticipate JC will be back. But I just don't know. D-Jack can stay at corner. I just don't think he should be a QB1. That's all. I think so. I don't know if it's the coaching staff, but maybe it's just the whole. It might be, but the coaching staff is the culture of that team too. But I think that'll change with Cam. So we'll see. Because Cam's all about making folks accountable, so we ain't got to worry about that too much. Let me see here. What are we looking like? What are we looking like? Yeah, we worried about too much because how about we focus on just beating Miami first? Yeah, because I think we should be able to beat Miami, but when you lose to Washington the way that we lost to Washington, it easily does make you nervous. I still think Panthers defense is a good play though. Because I'm leaning towards it was a mulligan. It was a outlier. What happened last week against Washington? So hopefully we don't have that same issue with Miami this Sunday. Oh, I'll take Barkley. What will it take to get Barkley, sir? I'm here. Look, man, I'm all about the risk life. Absolutely hit the like button and make sure you catch us. We're gonna be back live with to talk about the Dolphins game at 8:00. Oh yeah, we're gonna have to talk, Tony, because we gotta get this thing popping. Oh, I will. I shall. I shall, sir. Really? Regal Entertainment blocked my video because it may contain content that I own. Does Regal own the countdown? Because I know he does. I know they don't own my voice. We got to figure that one out. Maybe. He's been playing at a tight end one level anyway. I think the guy that might be interesting this week might be Jalen Waddle, depending on how much Gilmore plays. But I'm hoping that they improve upon their man coverage this week. I'll look, man. Give me a minute. I'm gonna look in a minute because my wide receivers ain't that strong, but I can trade somebody away potentially if I can get. Actually, I probably should go after Ingram, but I gotta decide what I'm gonna do. DJ Moore, Mike Williams. Mike Williams haven't been playing as well, but it looks like he's starting to pick it back up again. So, how many points did he have last week? Yeah, he's starting to pick it back up again. I think I will roll with Mike Williams. DJ, but both of them are getting the targets now, so they're getting about the same amount of targets. So, but I think Keenan Allen has retaken his role as the one for the Los Angeles Chargers. Yeah, I'm looking at this team, man. Let me see what you got going over here with your squad. Let me see. Do 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 do. Oh man. Oh, let's see. Let's see. Tony. Diamond hands. Man, if I give you another wide receiver, you're gonna hit over the top. All right, I sent you a trade. We'll see. We might have to go back and forth, but you decide. Yo, I couldn't watch that video, bro. As soon as I saw the details of what it was, I couldn't do it. Couldn't do it. Could not do it. Couldn't do it. Yeah, we talked about Phil Lindsay getting released. That benefits Rex Burkhead and David Johnson. I mean, is Rule losing power? Like Cam's only on a 1-year deal. I mean, they could easily not resign him next season. And Rule's involved in that. I mean, for Mike Williams, 100 yards or a TD is fine. Like 100 yards means you probably got like 5 or 6 catches, so that's 15 points. So I mean, that ain't a bad deal. I think Cam's coming back. I just think you're gonna have to pay him. Like you ain't gonna do like you did him the last time. Like he ain't gonna be out here taking a pay cut. I don't think he's gonna do a hometown discount. I think he's gonna go try to get his money back because he lost a lot of money this last round. And I didn't even want to talk about the Taysom Hill contract. Yo, James Winston should get the heck out of there, bro. They do not want to pay that man. But Tepper doesn't remember, man. Tepper doesn't get involved in football decisions, right? It's about what you believe. What's going on, man? Stick around, man. We're gonna go live again at 8 o'clock. I'm gonna end this show probably within the next 10 minutes, and we're gonna go live to talk about the Dolphins game. We're gonna do a preview with the Miami podcaster. Yep, I sent the offer, bro. Just let me know how you feel about it. Maybe we'll give him an update later. But yeah, like I said, this is the time to try to fix your roster to try to close this thing out. I offered them a starting wide receiver though. Oh, shout out to Cincinnati, man. They made the top 4. Last call for questions before I shut it down and prep for the 8 o'clock show tonight. But I want to make sure you guys come back. Me and Rashad are going to be up in here talking about the game against the Dolphins. Should be a good one. Keenan Allen, man, every week. Keenan Allen, keep it moving. Yeah, this Dolphins game is going to get interesting. I will say that. This game's gotten way more interesting than what we originally thought it was going to be. All right, last call for questions. At this point, we got to lose out. Like, I think picking up Cam saved his job. He's going to get another year off the Cam pickup. That's my opinion. Like, I thought there was scenarios if we would have had Darnold still in there that he could legitimately lose his job at the end of this year. But now at this point, I think the only way is he loses out. And this team's too good to lose out. So I don't envision that happening. Yeah, there's no way he's going to lose out. This week, I just took down the schedule. Let's see. Who does Washington play this week? Oh, we play each other. Oh, give me Washington. Give me Taylor. I'll take Heineke this week over Wilson this week. Yeah. I think Wilson came back too early. Initially, I didn't think that was the case. I didn't think he would be foolish enough to take that type of risk, but the way he looked, man, I think he came back too early. All right, guys. I'm about to close this up. You can follow me on Twitter at champd1012. Actually, before I close, let's do one more thing. Let's look at Underdog Fantasy real quick. Shout out to Underdog Fantasy. Underdog Fantasy is our sponsor. They'll match your first deposit up to $100. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Underdog Fantasy. You go to underdogfantasy.com and they'll match your first deposit. But when you do sign up, use the code PNP. That really helps out the channel. So yeah. So they got a nice little battle royale that covers all 3 games. They have another battle royale that's covering just the Vegas and just the Raiders and Cowboys game. Another one that covers just the Bills and the Saints game. And then you also got the one that covers the leftovers. Sophomore, rookies and sophomores, best ball. Yes, I might have to hop in that. That sounds like a fun one to do. But, they right now they got NFL, NBA, and hockey going. I think my favorite thing to play on this, though, is the pick'ems. When you pick over unders, and you can win up to 20 times your money. So if you get all 5 right, you can win up to 20 times your money. But here's some of the over unders that are out there right now. These are probably for the Thanksgiving game. They got let me separate it between games because you can do that too. And they have that for college football. There's none yet, but there's going to have some soccer, golf, esports, if you're into that. And baseball's over right now. So let's focus on the NBA, shall we? Got Vegas and Dallas. Ooh, look at Dak's number, man. That's scary. Josh Allen. Got Buffalo and New Orleans. Atlanta and Jacksonville right now, they only have Trevor Lawrence. Tennessee and New England right now, they only have Tannehill and Mac Jones. But as it gets closer to kickoff, they'll have more odds. And right now, they only have Christian McCaffrey. I think I would take the over here, by the way, guys. I think I would take advantage of this. 125 all-purpose, even though he didn't hit it last week. He missed it by like 7 yards. It was 125 yards last week too, but he missed it. So I think I would take the over against Miami. But all right. You guys have a lovely, lovely day. We'll be live in about 20 minutes, so just check us out. We're about to break down this Dolphins thing. So you guys have a good one. And always remember, keep pounding. Peace, guys. Oh, it didn't end yet. Look at me. I'm live, pal.